I am sitting in my hotel room here, about 2 minutes out from the biggest interview of my life. It is with Commander Massoud, the commander of the Afghan resistance, and nervous as all hell. This is the first world stage type interview I've ever done, and it's going to probably expose a lot of lies that the U.S. government has been telling Americans and the people of the world. And I can't believe this is where I'm at. But I'm excited, I'm nervous. I hope to God I don't f this up, because it's important. And I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm just recording my thoughts. But very surreal to be in this position. It's a lot of responsibility, but here we go. Commander Massoud, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you. Pleasure's all mine.
We've been trying to piece this together for several months now, and I just kicking it off, I want to say thank you to Legend for setting this all up, because without him it wouldn't have happened. And I personally believe this is the most important interview that I've ever done, and I'm really excited to get started.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you so much for having me. And of course, thanks Legend and all the friends who facilitated for this. It means a lot, and I hope for us have a good time in here.
Me too. And I also wanted to say that this really pains me to say this, but I just want to apologize for the way that the United States has abandoned you, the NRF, the people of Afghanistan, the way the withdrawal happened. And I want you to know that despite how it may look, a lot of veterans are rooting for you guys. We want to help. We don't necessarily know how to help. I'm hoping we can get into that a little bit in the interview. But I just want you to know that a lot of the American people are rooting for you guys and want to support. And the way that withdrawal happened and the way that we abandoned you is no representation of the majority of the American population.
Of course.
And
well, thank you very much. First and foremost, you have nothing to apologize for, and also the great nation of the United States of America and the people of United States of America. They have always supported the people of Afghanistan, and they supported the refugees who went and stayed in America. So the people have absolutely nothing to apologize for, and we are very much grateful for all the support. And of course, the policies, unfortunately, in the past years, it has not been in the favor of, in my opinion, both Afghans and Americans. And so therefore that is questionable, but that has nothing to do with the will of people of America. They are a great nation and great friend of Afghanistan.
Thank you. Let's get in with the interview. I'd like to start with an introduction. Commander Ahmad Massoud, leader of the National Resistance Front of Afghanistan, son of the late anti-Soviet and revolutionary commander Ahmad Shah Massoud. After the assassination of your father by al-Qaeda just days prior to 9/11, Commander Massoud eventually went on to the UK, where he received military training at Sandhurst Military Academy. Also pursued war studies at King's College in London. In 2016, Mr. Massoud returned to Afghanistan and became the CEO of the Massoud Foundation, supporting top students across Afghanistan. In 2018, you officially entered Afghan politics and started a political movement that continued in your father's footsteps of decentralized and multicultural Afghanistan. Following the Taliban takeover in August of 2021, you refused offers to evacuate Afghanistan and instead return to your father's former battleground in Panjshir Valley to form the National Resistance Front of Afghanistan. Despite overwhelming odds, you continue to lead the National Resistance Front against the harsh rule of the Taliban, where they serve as a long vanguard against the growing influence of international terrorism. In fact, you have had multiple assassination attempts on your life. Your hobbies include Persian poetry and astronomy. In fact, very much intended to pursue the field of astronomy until tapped on the shoulder to lead your country in the name of your father. The title of your new book, In the Name of My Father. So, one more thing we got to get out of the way before we get into the interview. I have a couple of gifts for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
This is from Elma, Washington, and they are proclaiming September 9th, Massoud Day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I also want to say that my hometown in Franklin, Tennessee has also done the same exact thing,
Wow.
which is very cool to see. And
Thank
then
you.
one other gift, being who you are, I know you're very security conscious. This is a phone.
Thank
So
you.
that phone,
Thank you.
we took this very seriously and we set up this entire interview on that phone. That phone cannot be tracked by Google, Amazon, big tech. There's some secure messaging platforms on there. I think we both know Eric Prince.
Yes.
He developed that phone and he asked me to gift you that.
Well,
So
thank you very much, sir.
You're
thank
welcome.
you so much. And please thank him as my behalf too. It's a great gift.
I will. Privacy and security is always a concern these days. And so
Absolutely.
I thought
Yes.
there would be nobody better to give that to than you. So.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So to start off, I'm going to be honest. I was very surprised that you took this interview, knowing how your dad was assassinated for doing an interview.
Yes.
Would you like to go into that at all?
Well, there has been a lot of attempts on my father's life throughout his life. From the time that probably the most notorious spy agencies at that time, KGB, was trying to assassinate him multiple times that he survived to, after that, the Taliban and Al-Qaeda, many times that finally they succeeded. Although there has been some warnings to my father that be careful with interviews, be careful with cameras, but my father always wanted to pass the message as broad as possible and as far as possible to bring awareness to Afghanistan that Afghanistan needs to be paid attention to. So I believe he felt taking the risk was worth it in exchange for expanding the message and expressing the grave situation of Afghanistan. And that's exactly what I do. Beside that I know you, so this was not a question of risk or worry. So this was all just fine.
Perfect. Could we get into a little bit? I want to give the audience some context that don't know much of the history about your father and the parallels that you have. And so I remember I've been to Afghanistan more times than I can count.